Okay, let's move on to the next problem, which is called reduce function. We'll be learning about reduce function here. So you can see, given a list of rational number, you have to find the product of them, right? So rational numbers will be given, few rational numbers, and their product we have to calculate. That is the task of this exercise. You can see we will be having a concept of a reduce function, which applies a function of two arguments cumulatively on the list of object in succession from left to right to reduce it to a one value. So it applies a function of two arguments cumulatively on the list of object in succession from left to right to reduce it to a value of one value. Say you have a list 1 2 3 and you have to calculate its sum. Then how you wanna use reduce? So you write the function, inside that you write lambda, and these are the two arguments x and y, which is defined as x plus y here, and this is the list. So what it will do is it will apply the function to each of them. So first it will take x and y as 1 2, it will put here 1 2 1 2 1 plus 2 is what, 3, 3, and then that 3 will become x and y will become this 3. That is what cumulatively means. Okay, so it cumulates means whatever the result will come will add to the next guy with the same definition, right? So that is how it will calculate. 3 plus 3 is 6 you are getting here, right? So again you can see this is a function which applies a function. From here you can see applies a function of two arguments you can see cumulatively calculating and adding it to the next guy on the list of object, which is this, in succession from left to right. From left to right it is working, and it is reducing to a one value. So that is how reduce function works. We have to learn how to apply it into this exercise of calculating product of rational numbers. You can also do something called initialize a value. If it is specified, the function will assume initial value as the value given and then reduce it. It is equivalent to adding the initial value at the beginning of the list. So you can imagine like one initial value will also be there in the list from the left hand side. So here you can see it is same as what you had before, but with comma -3 you have attached. So now how the calculation will work: -3 plus 1 will give you -2, then -2 plus 2 will give you 0, 0 plus 3 will give you 3. So that is what it is here. Similarly you can apply fractions. From fractions you can calculate, you can import GCD, greatest common divisor, and you can apply to a list with initial value 3. So you can do a lot of things, but this is not our concern. Our concern is to calculate the product of rational numbers. So let's see how we have to do. The first line will give you the value of n, small n, how many rational numbers are there, and the ith next n lines contains two integer each, the numerator and the denominator of the ith rational number in the list. We can see here, right? Three rational numbers will be given. So these three are given to us. The first number defines the numerator and second number defines the denominator. That is what written here for ith line, ith rational number. Here you can see the constraint and the output. We have to only print one line containing the numerator and denominator of the product of the numbers in the list in the simplest form. That is, numerator and denominator have no common divisor other than 1, right? So that is how we have to print. You can see these are the rational numbers. If you can see the product, 1 divided by 2, numerator divided by denominator, then 3 by 4, then 10 by 6, product of all will give you 5 by 8. That is what is being printed, numerator and denominator. This is what we have to do using reduce, right? And this is the bunch of code given to us. So you can see here t is there, which we have to finish. Here you can see in main they have defined an array called fracs. Here they are appending the fraction values. You can see fraction they have imported from here something called fraction. Here you can see, and they have imported reduce as well. So fraction they are using to, I think, represent these guys, fraction guys, these guys. Okay, and then what it is doing, it is appending to fracs. Then result it is calculating by sending fracs to the function product. So let's see how fracs look like. Print fracs, right, this is what it is. And let me write one, else it will give some error. So let's see how fracs will look like. So you can see it's a fraction 1 2, then fraction 3 4, then fraction 5 3. So basically they are representing this 1 by 2, 3 by 4, and 10 by 6. 1 by 2, 3 by 4, and 5 by 3. Okay, so they have reduced it into simplest form. This is what it is written. So fracs does it automatically, 5 by 3. So then you can see what we have to do. We have to complete this line, reduce statement. So here we have to write something so that everything works fine. So let's use our reduce only. So let me take this guy, and we have to calculate the product, no? So instead of plus, let me do product star, and our problem will be solved. Here you can pass what, fracs. Yeah, fracs, and I think everything will work. And to convert into fractions, I'll do frac. Let me show you, right? Let me show you how it looks. Print. So it will not convert into numerator denominator form which we want here, like this. That's the only difference. Here t denominator and numerator will be sent. Let's see how t looks like. So you can see 5 by 8, and it is returning 5 and 8 by t numerator, and then t denominator, you can see it is sending back, and it is representing here, right, 5 and 8. So just I will remove this, and let me run it. So sample test case is passed. All the test cases are passed and done. Okay, so nothing new, we just had to calculate the product. So what it will do is, it will go inside fracs, it will take 1 by 2 and 3 by 4. 1 by 2 will be x, and 3 by 4 will be y. X into y it will do. So 1 by 2 into 3 by 4 will give you 3 by 8, right? 3 by 8, that 3 by 8 will become x now, and y will be 10 by 6 or 5 by 3. Then finally it will calculate 5 by 8, which will be stored to t, and t will this will send a numerator and a denominator separately. Rest will be taken care by itself. So just we need to know how to use the reduce function. That's all it is. So we are done. Let's move on to the next problem.